we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. McDaniel's got room. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist. Well, Grant, I hope you're as fired up for this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights. Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
And Minnesota making a change here. Here's Joseph. Shoots over DiVincenzo. It's wide right, hits off the rim. Here's Edwards. Count it, good.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Wagner on the wing. Banchero outside. Pass to Carter. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. He knows it'll be tough to score in the paint tonight. Gobert locks down the lane as well as anyone. He blocks shots, and then when you count up the numbers of shots he alters, you get a full picture of his dominance at the defensive end. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Pass to DiVincenzo. From downtown. The rebound by Carter. Here's Joseph. DiVincenzo covering. Joseph can't hit.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. And Minnesota with possession here. Here's DiVincenzo. Minnesota again missing.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
First personal foul. 4th team foul.
Here's Joseph. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's Edwards. Money from 17 feet out. Edwards has gotten his second bucket.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Timeout. And it's Randall with the jam.
Yeah, great teamwork. Randall has a terrific connection with his teammates. Love when he goes after those alley-oops.
So both teams changing it up here. Now here's Wagner. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Puts one up from 19. Matase can't hit. Minnesota leading by 4. Here's Randall. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Assisted by
And Randall is a gamer, someone who's experienced at overcoming intense coverage from this area of the floor.
Now here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Wagner. Randall with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Alexander Walker with it. And Anthony picks him up defensively.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Pass to Batase. Reed with the rebound. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Now here's Alexander Walker. 18 feet out. The shot misses. Here's Anthony. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Here's Alexander Walker. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And they're deep.
the Timberwolves 14.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
Pass to Edwards. Lots of room. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Edwards got 6.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
Here's Batase. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts. And Minnesota with possession here. 6-point lead. All right, let's check in with Ali.
Wow!
The assist.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
The 3 from Banchero. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Out to the right wing. Launches it. The shot no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Miller outside. Pass to Edwards. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
What touch. Edwards has mastered just about every shot there is.
Let's hear it for you.
Magic trail by 10. Here's Black. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Carter. Banchero right side. Just 5 to shoot. Orlando again missing. And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Here's Edwards from behind the arc. Anthony Edwards rains one in.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Outside Carter. Pass to Batase. Here's Joseph. Orlando again missing.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Banchero comes with a double team. Clark right side. Here's Gobert. Gobert showing his skill inside. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
And we've got a timeout from Jamahl Mosley. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
For the 407.
There's a minute 47 left in the first half of this one. Here's Black. He's scoreless. Knocks down the triple.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Entertainment. One more time. Let's hear it for the 407 Advanced team.
1:36 left to play in the half. The kick out to Conley. From the arc. The rebound by Carter.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Minnesota foul. Dillingham. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 17 left to play in the second quarter. That one goes. Count it.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Conley looking for an opening. Oh! Rudy on the lob.
I mean, how do you stop Gobert on the slam? He's too big, rising up too fast. There's really nothing you can do.
Conley with the ball. Now Carter defending. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Caldwell Pope got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside Conley. Pass to Gobert. And that one's long. Magic trail by 12. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Here's Caldwell Pope. Randall pulls down the board. To the middle. Here's Dillingham. From outside the arc. And that's good. Randall for 3. Randall's got 11. And the first half now in the books. Timberwolves ahead. Up by 15. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Here's Banchero. Tipped.
Yeah, nice swat by Randle, using his size and good anticipation to get in the shooter's way.
Right side, Caldwell Pope. Carter on the wing. Pass to Banchero. Here's Joseph. He's guarded by Conley. Carter on the wing. Clock is at 3. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. The fadeaway. Edwards can't hit. Magic trail by 17. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Randall inside. Outside Edwards. And it's all from three-point range. Here's Orlando. Here's Banchero. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Minnesota leading by 17. Pass to Edwards. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.